Welcome everyone to a special night of boxing right here on Sports Journey. We're at the gorgeous Ernest Center in Northern Virginia Community College in Annandale, Virginia. There's a lot on the line this evening. There's a title on the line. Rich Quinones alongside my broadcast partner for this evening. Lake Lewis, thanks for tuning in. Tori Nelson will take on Mia St. John. She'll look to defend her title for the second time. WIBA welterweight title is at stake. It's slated for 10 rounds in Lake. You've got a very familiar woman in our backyard, Tori Nelson, doing some great things in the sport of boxing. She's got her work cut out for her against Mia St. John.
You know, Tori's a person that we're all familiar with here in the area. And Q, I got to tell you, people here are excited for her opportunity because she's fighting one of the big names in this business. And perhaps it can give Tori an outlet where if she gets an impressive win, maybe we start talking about names like Cecilia Brackhouse and some of the other big names in boxing.
And Brackhouse coming off an impressive win against the aforementioned Mia St. John. Mia St. John, a veteran in the ring. A lot of people have questioned the level of her opponents over the years. She is certainly one of the pioneers when it comes to female boxing. We've got a great night of boxing ahead on Sports Journey. For Lake Lewis, I'm Rich Quinones. When we come back, our first bout of the evening.
Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Are you worried about home foreclosure? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home and there is nowhere to turn? Then the Homeowners Relief Line could be your answer. Homeowners Relief Line can help save your home. We specialize in foreclosure assistance, and that's all we do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Homeowners Relief Line now. Homeowners Relief Line has a network of attorneys, and our agents are available to speak to you right away. Remember, if you are behind on your mortgage payments, Homeowners Relief Line can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it is too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. So call Homeowners Relief Line now.
Call 800-749-8070. That's 800-749-8070.
That's a good pour. Frosty glass, perfect amount of foam.
Thanks, Coach.
How's your Bloody Mary?
Spicy?
Wings?
Always fresh, never frozen.
All right. Who's the primary on Spider 2Z Snag?
It's the fullback out of the backfield. If he gets jammed, I'm hitting the flanker on a curl route.
You're good.
I know.
Huddle up at Hooters. Why would you go anywhere else, man?
Medical emergencies.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I'm calling for help right now. Sharon, we received a smoke signal coming from your kitchen. Get out now. We're calling the fire department.
Home invasion. Emergencies away from home.
I'm trying to get to my car, but it's still a ways away.
I'm right here and we'll stay on the line with you and we can contact the police if necessary.
And you can have this protection away from home for just $19.95 per month.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-830-1951. That's 1-800-830-1951. Call now 1-800-830-1951. For a free brochure, call 1-800-830-1951.
This is Victor Cruz, wide receiver of the New York Giants, and I just came off the show at Sports Journey. Had a great time with Lake, and I definitely want to come back and do it again. Maybe I'll bring some friends next time, and I had a blast.
Out here at Sports Journey, having a great time, been on the show several times, giving me a chance to vent, tell people, and really connect with the fans how I feel about different situations going on throughout the year, especially with the NFL. And I love it. Having met a lot of people out here, and just going to continue to come back and continue to grow this relationship with me at Sports Journey and my boy Lake Lewis.
With Lake Lewis on Sports Journey, had a good time tonight. Felt comfortable, just being myself. It was a great interview, a great time, and I'd love to do it again.
What's up? This is Alex Joseph from the San Francisco 49ers, number 58. How y'all doing? It's Vladimir Lucas, offensive line for the New York Jets, number 62. So I'll let you know we had a great time tonight with Sports Journey, hanging out with Chris and Lake. Good time. Be back here next time. See y'all some other day. Can't wait.
Are you stressed over credit cards and other debts? Maybe through no fault of your own?
Imagine how it would feel to have that weight lifted right off your shoulders. Well, here's some good news from America's trusted name in debt relief. Care One providers have already helped over 4.5 million people in debt, and we can help you today. Just call this toll-free number to speak with a friendly representative, and in just minutes, you'll get your free debt relief analysis.
Regardless of your situation, Care One has an option for you.
We are there to help, and we do that in a way that's empathetic and supportive without judging their financial situation.
The credit card companies, I feel, are trying to keep you in debt and trying to keep it so you owe them money forever. And Care One is a good way to get you out of that and get you out of it fast.
A big burden was lifted off of my shoulders.
Care One threw me a lifeline. Call Care One. They will help you.
Get debt relief from a company you can trust. Just call the toll-free number today.
Tori Nelson, 11 fights, 8-0-3, currently ranked number 1 in the U.S., 3rd in the world behind Nani Tange from South Africa. And we've talked about Cecilia Brækhus from Norway. Nelson has won 2 straight after earning a split draw with Teresa Perozzo. But the bottom line is she's going against a pro's pro, Mia St. John. Chris alluded to it. 47-13-2, 18 knockouts as we see her enter the ring. She's 47 years of age. She turned pro back in 1997. The glitz, the glamour. A lot of people believe she's a boxer that is more style than substance, but the bottom line is she has a lot of heart. She's fought and she's won a lot of belts. She won the first 22 bouts of her career before a draw versus Emilia Adias back in 2001. She is certainly going to be tested tonight against a fighter that we're going to see in a moment in Tori Nelson, who, as Lake alluded to, gets another win, defends her title again, maybe has a shot now at Cecilia Brækhus. And I want to make one note too, guys. The WIBA, it's a very unique belt. It is the best and most respected sanctioning body in women's sports.
Again, this is Tori's opportunity. This is her chance right now, and I wouldn't expect anything less from her to give an A-plus performance. I will say this, though. In the press conference yesterday, there was a level of respect that she did show towards Mia, but when Mia mentioned that she wanted that belt, Tori quickly shot that down and said that's staying in Virginia. So she knows what's at stake here.
It's slated for 10 rounds, and they're 2-minute rounds. Let's make it official. Let's go inside the ring for Gary Digital Williams.
For the WIBA Welterweight Championship of the World. It's now tender for 10 2-minute rounds. WIBA Supervisor, Mr. Ryan Whistle. Our judges, Ryan Costello, Mark Montillo, and Dorothea Perry. And referee for this contest, WS Steve Slover. Introducing first, our challenger. She wears the hot pink. She's weighing at 143 pounds. She's a living legend in the world of women's boxing. She's faced them all and beat all of them as well. Regular 47, 13-2, 18 KOs to her credit. She hails from Oxnard, California. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a former 3-time world champion, and tonight she is the challenger. Let's welcome to Virginia, Mia, the knockout, St. John. Her opponent is in the red corner, wearing the black trunks. She's in the scales at 144 pounds. She is undefeated with 8 wins, no losses, and 3 draws. She is former WBC middleweight champion, WIBA middleweight champion, and tonight she is the reigning, defending, undefeated WIBA welterweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, from the sport of Virginia, this is Tori Nelson. Referee Steve Slover with the following instruction. WIBA Ultimate Championship of the World.
Criticism at times with Mia St. John is that she's had difficulty taking on aggressor, quicker, tougher opponents. She's certainly given up a couple years here in age against a younger Tori Nelson. We'll see if Nelson can really stay calm and within herself early on in this fight, or if she goes and she attacks Lake.
I think you just hit that on the head. This is a big fight for her. You just want her to come out and be herself and not be too overly aggressive to show the crowd here something.
Well, Nelson goes downstairs. St. John connects, and she's got Mia back,
nice
quickly
right
backpedaling early on in round number one.
Nice
Nelson
body shot.
trying to smell blood. The crowd won her. She tags Mia St. John with another right. Action heating up round number one of this slated 10-round title fight. St. John tries to go downstairs.
Nice uppercut.
Yep, good counter by Tori Nelson.
She's got to be careful, though.
Got to be
because
careful.
she is opening herself up as she throws those
Oh, and she just connected with an uppercut. She stung right there. Mia St. John got nailed with that right uppercut by Tori Nelson. Good first 30 seconds of round number one
and you
by
also
Tori
have
Nelson.
To understand that Tori Nelson's coming down in weight to take
That's right.
this fight, which is another point that you have to wonder.
Nice
Will it affect her natural weight that she fights at?
The one thing, too, is we've seen Mia St. John fight wars in the ring, and Steve Smoger will always give the fighter the benefit of the doubt, especially one of St. John's pedigree, and I think that's fair to do that. The question is, she hasn't really thrown a lot of punches in round number one. Nelson's certainly aggressive. Trying to end this one in round number one is going to be very telling as this fight goes forward if Tori Nelson continues to press the issue, guys.
Could this be a tactic by Mia St. John to tire Tori Nelson out, knowing that she's going to come out energized because of this being a home fight?
Well, Mia St. John's got a lot of heart, and Tori Nelson really pressing the issue right now.
And Tori's not breathing heavy either.
and yeah, Tori has to make sure she doesn't run out of gas and get too excited because of the stage and because of the home crowd.
Well, St. John countered with a good right, missed on the left. Listen, this could have went 3 rounds at 3-minute rounds if both camps agree. They didn't. They settled on 2-minute rounds. Now it's Mia St. John, 2 consecutive uppercuts.
Nice
Nelson tags her with a counter right.
I'll tell you what, as far as women's boxing is concerned, Tori has the best jab of the night. Only person I've seen step into the jab tonight.
She's having a spirited round number one. Tag St. John again. They'll close. A good flurry. 1 round in the book, slated for 10 between Mia St. John and Tori Nelson, guys. There is a laundry list of fighters. Lucia Rieker, who we saw, she's a Hall of Famer. She was in the movie $1 Million Baby. Regina Hallmark, a native of Germany, who was 54-1-1, a pioneer of the sport, had one of the highest grossing pay-per-views for females. Christy Martin, who Mia St. John fought several times. Ann Wolfe, who now trains James Kirkland. Layla Ali. Ava Knight, 3-time IBF, 2-time WBC World Flyweight Champ and IFBA Champ. Those are some of the Bonnie Mann, some of the pioneers in the sport. And you have a young lady in Tori Nelson. You've got younger fighters in the country who are looking up to these fighters. The Christina Cruzes, the Ronica Jeffries, the Melissa St. Villes, the Heather Hardys. It's great for the sport of female boxing that you have these two in the ring going at it tonight.
It is. You have the flash and substance of a Mia St. John, and then you have the true grit, determination of a Tori Nelson. I think this is almost a culmination of the women's game as a whole.
Yeah.
They're exchanging
right there.
I
apologize, guys. I love the jab of Tori Nelson. When she steps in from that long distance with that jab.
She got caught a couple times.
I'll tell you what, I noticed in the St. John corner, they put a little too much Vaseline. She was complaining about too much Vaseline in her, and I seen her actually wipe it off.
Oh, she got stung on that one! She might be in trouble! She might be in trouble! Steve Smoker steps in! Oh, it's all over! Oh, my goodness! Tori Nelson! Not once, but twice. She is now the defending WIBA champ. She defends her belt once again. And let me tell you something. She's shown enough.
Shown enough, champion.
This is what was needed. This was what was needed. You stop for the first time in your career. You go out and you stop your opponent, and it happens to be a legend. This is the type of fight that Tori Nelson needs to springboard her name out there.
It was the flurry, it was the body shots, and Chris, she stung Mia St. John with a right and then continuously went to the body, bruising those ribs. When it was all said and done, St. John wasn't fighting back. And I will say this, if this happens to be Mia St. John's final fight as a professional, she was absolutely great for the sport of boxing. If it's all said and done, and that's it for Mia St. John, a pioneer in the sport, and she's really meant a lot to the sport. But right now, the moment belongs to Tori Nelson. She defends her WIBA title in really dominating her fashion. She made quick work of Mia St. John.
You can't ask for a better.
Just the instinct in me, I just went back for it.
You know, to have this fight happen the way it did, I said you couldn't have dreamed of a better outcome.
Couldn't have.
Because
Couldn't have.
you knocked out a legend.
A legend.
And we were told by Steve Smoker, when he came over and told us after the fight, that she doesn't even remember coming into the ring.
Yeah, she's
She
out
was
right
out
now.
on her feet.
Out on her
Yeah,
feet.
and right now that she's still, I keep asking her, Mia, are you okay? But she don't know where she at.
Yeah,
She don't know.
yeah.
So they taking her now.
Now we understand in boxing that this comes with the territory.
Yeah.
You came out and you just showed such an aggression about
Oh,
you
yeah.
that you knew you had. This was the biggest fight of your career.
Most definitely.
And you came out and you proved yourself. I'm going to ask you again. I asked you this the other day. That name that floats out there, there's several other female fighters out there that, in my opinion, have put themselves up. And what you showed tonight was it might be time for show enough right now.
Oh, yeah, it's show enough time right now. Cecilia, of course, she's on the top of the food chain. And I'm ready. I'm ready. Whenever my coach say, let's go for it, I'm ready. But she's not knocking on my door. So it's going to be.
Maybe you have to knock on her door.
It'll be a smart fight. It's going to be. I'm not going to just jump to, but I'm not going to her home. I've been at different homes before and don't get a fair chance, a fair shake. But in a neutral ground, a neutral place, I'll fight her anytime.
And that's the story in boxing. I mean, you also have Noni Tangi from South Africa. She's ranked right up there with you guys as well. I'm sure now, barring their inactivity, how you'll move around in the rankings, but I was talking a little bit about the WIBA with Lake and Chris ringside, and it is the most prestigious sanctioning body in female boxing.
Yes, sir.
That's a fact.
Oh, yeah.
There's no disputing that. It's not a regional belt. It is a big-time belt.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to get your thoughts going forward, because we saw you maybe put one of the pioneers in female boxing into retirement, and she's had a great career.
She did.
The state of female boxing, there's so many great female boxers that names like Christina Cruz, who's an amateur, Heather Hardy, Ronica Jeffrey, Carla Torres, Melissa St. Ville, yourself. You've had 11 pro fights entering tonight. You're 37 years of age. You got a lot of juice left in the tank.
Yes,
but
sir.
How do you feel about the state of female boxing going forward?
It's slow. It's moving slow. But I think I was here for a reason. I've been put here for a reason. And I think that's to make and help the female boxing grow, to help it get bigger and to bring the girls that's coming, to make it easier for them to make a way. So it's coming. It's going to come. It's coming very slowly, but it's coming. The step was when Olympics for the females. When the Olympics
they need that competitive balance with the weight classes.
Sure
Let me ask you this, piggyback on that real quick if I can. What do you guys as fighters need to do to get the sport where you want it to be?
Get out more. We need to get out to these other fights more. We need to, I was talking to Lake the other day, we need to be seen more. We need to speak our piece and speak our word more. Every time you turn around, we need to get on, but we need the recognition, But just for us to get out more and do things ourselves, that'll help a whole lot because people don't know us.
I'm sure you'll get the recognition tonight.
One thing I want you to do, and you're doing it now, I tell you all the time, she got a beautiful smile, man. So I want you to look right up this way and smile because this is the next name, folks, in female boxing. She's on her way, folks. Tori Show Enough Nelson.
Yes.
Congratulations on the win. The best of luck going
Thank
forward.
You. God bless you.
All right.
A wonderful performance by
Thank
Tori Nelson as she claims the WIBA. She defends her WIBA title for the second time and perhaps putting Mia St. John in retirement. Mia St. John will fall to 47-14-2. Nelson improves to 9-0-3. First knockout of her career to score a TKO 42 seconds into round number 2. And really, when it was all said and done, a great night of boxing here at the Northern Virginia Community College. I got to be quite honest with you, there are some real good-looking young fighters that we saw this evening on the card. But I ultimately think the bottom line is female boxing is alive and well, and people really should start recognizing that and understand that the sport is in good hands.
Absolutely, and I think you saw that, that transition tonight. Again, I'd be shocked if Mia St. John continues to fight, especially after this type of knockout. We're talking about a lady that prides herself on great looks. Why go in and get battered if you don't need to? And she is getting older. So, again, this night belongs to Tori, and I'm very proud of her. I can tell, everyone out there being, friends with her, if I can say that on the broadcast, is that she trained really hard for this, and you could tell the focus was there, the determination was there. So we'll have to see how this springboards her going forward, Q, but I think it was a great night of boxing here in Annandale, Virginia.
I agree 100%, and I mentioned some of the names of the Christy Martins, the Ann Wolf, the Layla Ali's, the Ava Knights. I mean, now Tori Nelson kind of stamps her name going forward. I saw Seth Billups had a very good performance this evening. A young kid on the rise, improved to 2-0, really dismantled Anthony Dave. So with that being said, it's been a wonderful night of boxing. Special thanks to Chris Wilson sitting in with us as well, doing the in-studio interview. interviews. Ring announcer Gary Digital Williams. Special thanks to you, my friend. Sports Journey Radio, Sports Journey Network, Sports Journey. Lake Lewis doing a great job. As always, for Lake Lewis, I'm Rich Quinones. We will see you next time, ringside.